So I want to take a few minutes with this video to go over two very interesting topics. One topic involves Eurogamer admitting that PS5 exclusive games will simply look better than what Xbox is offering for the Series X, and we all know the reason why here. Beyond that, we'll also look into Hitman 3 and how the developer has gone on the record stating that the PS5 SSD has made the platform, the PlayStation 5, the perfect home for the game, which is interesting because what does that say about the Series X? First, let me know if you think Sony made the right call by making PS5 exclusive games. You can be honest here about it if you're a person who favors this cross-gen approach Microsoft is doing. That's completely fine. I'm not personally a fan of that, but that's just me. So comment below if you think that Sony made the right call by making PS5 exclusive games right away. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, Hitman 3 and the PS5 SSD. So, the PS5 I/O SSD combination and debottlenecking done throughout the system has been this shining pillar for Sony's marketing. While they're not boasting about it every 2 seconds and having 50 interviews on it, it's clear this is their focus on the console, and Sony believes the SSD to be the real revolutionary change that will come to next-gen gaming. These advancements also will go well beyond just faster loading times as some people think or talk about, but rather complete changes to how games are designed from the ground up, having the ability to load assets at intense speeds and actually being able to do something with them and render them allows developers to do things like not needing to implement gameplay tactics to slow the player down, allowing freedom of design as an example. We've had many developers praise what Sony has done with the PS5's SSD, and we now have another one claiming the PS5 to be the perfect home for their franchise, Hitman, thanks to its blazing speeds. This quote is from Hitman 3 creative director Matthias Engstorm. Hopefully I said that name correctly. Let's read the quote and then discuss. Reading from PlayStation UK magazine, Hitman is a game about experimentation. We invite the player into a sandbox and we let them experiment the way they want. Therefore, we see the save/load as an important feature to encourage just that. The blitz fast load times we are seeing on the PlayStation 5 makes it the perfect home for the Hitman trilogy, encouraging experimentation more than ever. Hitman 3 is going to mark yet another big leap forward for our technology, driven and inspired by the capabilities of the PlayStation 5. So, Hitman 3 is coming to current and next-gen platforms, just to make that clear, but the feature he's discussing here specifically is loading and saving games. I'm assuming he's talking about saving a game and loading another save and jumping between them, or just how fast you can load back into the world after death. The basic idea he's getting across is that with Hitman, you experiment with how you intend to kill people and complete your missions, and being able to load so fast lets players experiment way more, making it the perfect home for the game. It's an interesting statement to make considering the Series X also has an SSD, but he specifically refers to the speeds they're getting on the PlayStation 5 and that the PS5 is the perfect home for the games, making me think there might be a good difference in loading times between the Series X and the PlayStation 5, which will be another thing that'll hurt the Series X later this year and going forward, but we'll have to see on that once we start seeing these comparisons between both consoles later this year. You guys let me know if you're excited for the load time speeds of the PlayStation 5, because apparently they are blitz fast according to the Hitman 3 team. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Now, diving into the second story of the video, Eurogamer pointing out that PS5 exclusive games will just simply look better than what Xbox is going to offer on the Series X in terms of exclusives. There's a section I want to read from this article, then we'll discuss. Reading from Eurogamer, the gap between the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 for cross-platform titles will likely be real, though it's not going to be as severe as the Xbox One X, PS4 Pro divide. Despite this, though, during the all-important launch window, it's likely that we'll see PlayStation 5 exclusive titles that simply look better than Xbox Series X exclusive titles. You can see this in Halo Infinite, which looks like a 4K remaster of a Xbox One launch game. Now, some of that comes down to art direction and wanting to produce a game that recalls the Halo series legacy. There are also promises that it'll get better, but the game looks like the game looks like an upscaled Xbox One game because it is, in fact, built to run on an Xbox One. Microsoft can't afford to release a first-party game that struggles to run on its own hardware, which means that the ambition of Infinite has to take a hit. So, one thing I want to note is that they state that the Xbox Series X will probably run multi-platform games better, but it won't be as big of a difference as the PS4 Pro and the Xbox Series X, which for most wasn't that big of a difference, meaning it'll be less noticeable here, which is what a lot of people have been saying, including myself, especially for third-party games. Games on both platforms will probably offer 4K resolutions on both platforms and similar frame rates. On that part, there could be maybe a slight difference or in terms of locked or how consistent either platform could keep the same frame rates. But just to continue, I wanted to address that part quickly, but going beyond that, the pretty savage section they have here, bluntly saying it like it is, Halo Infinite is not a good looking game in terms of next gen. I can't lie, I didn't expect them to call it a Xbox One launch title. That was a bit harsh, but it is what it is. People like to keep throwing this excuse of it being an open world game, and that's why it doesn't look good. But then you have so many PlayStation 4 open world games that look way better, including the recent Ghost of Tsushima. I really wanted to talk about this part specifically because of this discussion that making games that run for the Xbox One won't hold back the Series X, because it does, plain and simple. We're seeing this right now. I guarantee if Halo Infinite was an Xbox Series X exclusive launch title, it would have looked so much better, probably also done things not possible on current gen hardware that's still latched with standard disk-based hard drive. I'm glad that this isn't forever and that in 1 to 2 years time they'll ditch the Xbox One, but Phil Spencer would be lying about his promise to play whatever game on whatever platform by then. This promise is also already kind of a lie, because a good chunk of the games from the Xbox Showcase are going to be Series X exclusive games. We just won't be seeing them for some time. You guys let me know if you think Microsoft should just drop the Xbox One right now and not wait, or do you agree with this cross-gen approach? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "We want next gen games." Because if you're not a fan of this cross-gen approach, like I am personally, destroy the comment section with "We want next gen games," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.